Hello everyone, obviously talking about news from yesterday where we saw Mike Grier, former NHLer, become the first black GM in NHL history, of course taking over for the San Jose Sharks. Now before we start, please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new. Now let's get to it. So, Sharks have found their guy to lead the ship after the Doug Wilson era, and it is a familiar face. Grier played 3 seasons with San Jose in the 2000s and logged 221 games. And had 35 goals, 43 assists for 78 points in the teal. So, of course, he's played with other teams and logged a very long career, had 1,000+ games, and had 14 years of NHL experience, primarily with the Edmonton Oilers. But now he gets to take on the role of GM. And he is not actually the first person in his family to do so. His brother Chris is another one that is a GM. He is a GM of the Miami Dolphins, and I think their dad was also an executive at some level. I don't know if he was a GM. But for those of you that are curious to see, I'm curious as well to see if this will work out. Obviously, this is just nothing to do with this, but in general, you know, the league really has pushed for more diversity in the past few years. And for Grier, this is, you know, a big opportunity for him and for the black community. I know that, you know, the league, while popular, of course, lacks diversity. We definitely don't have the, you know, the depth of diversity that some other leagues do. And I think that this is something that is really good because you have Grier, who, you know, some people would just be happy because of the diversity, but also he really is a guy that has a lot of experience playing. And then, of course, he has scouting experience and then some coaching experience as well. And I know that a lot of people are going to be curious to see whether or not he has enough coaching experience to even play a factor here. The thing is, being a GM is just such a weird thing because you are doing so many jobs. They're trying to do so many jobs, and curious to see how it'll go. But yeah, I think that this is very important because we as a sport want to grow, and by doing so with this, I think have an opportunity to grow and then show a younger audience, maybe a more diverse audience, that hey, you will see people like Grier who, you know, maybe are the same skin tone as you, and of course will be able to motivate maybe some younger kids to play. Of course, we have seen more kids that have tried to do so, play in the game, which is good. As for Grier, I really am happy for him, but at the same time, I am a little worried for him just because San Jose has not made the postseason since 2019 and has struggled in the past 3 years with a record of 82, 101, and 25, and 208 games played. Those are regular season, of course. And the big thing is for Grier that I wish why he wouldn't have taken this job is just because Doug Wilson had some very bad contracts, in my opinion, that are, you know, they can't be moved, and they're for older players or overpays in some regards. Some of them bounce back a little bit more this year, but I think for Grier, the biggest thing that he's going to be handicapped by is Doug Wilson obviously knew his team could make runs in a very, you know, good span of time. They had the run to the Cup in 2016, of course, went to the conference finals in 2018, signing all these deals thinking, okay, my roster can make a deep run. They're not at that point anymore. So I am curious and nervous to see what Mike's long-term security will be, even if he is a good GM, just because the reality is, it takes time to see good results. And when you're dealing with a previous regime's roster and you don't have a ton of flexibility, it can become an issue, kind of a put you in a rock and a hard place situation. Plus, management might expect something else. But overall, I am really happy for him. I am hoping that things go well for him. But I will say, he has a daunting task to even be the best team in his state, as you have the Anaheim Ducks and the Los Angeles Kings. 2 teams that are supposed to have very promising futures. Of course, Anaheim started off very hot in the beginning of the year, faded towards the end, and then LA made the playoffs for the first time since 2018 this past season. Got knocked out by the Oilers in 7 games, but that is interesting. So, his hands are full, but hopefully he can do something well with this. What are your thoughts on this hire? Let me know down below in the comments. And please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to see more hockey content from me. Everybody stay safe. Hey, have a great night, and you go off hockey, alright. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.